What an end to the British Grand Prix that was, huh? Lewis Hamilton on 3 tyres, coaxing his way to the end. Quite a crazy end, the last 3 laps anyway. But we're back for Formula 1 2020 to do some classic car action. Last week we were the 1995 Benetton, which was Michael Schumacher's second championship winning car. Now we're going to be driving the 2000 Ferrari, which was Michael Schumacher's third championship winning car. Michael Schumacher would go on to win 4 of the 4 World Championships from 2000 to 2004. His dominance ended in 2005, but we don't talk about that because we're driving Michael Schumacher's cars. We're going to be driving the last 2 races in Monza, first the 2000 car, then the 2004. But yes, we're going to do a 3-lap race and we're going to enjoy it because this Ferrari is actually one of the deadliest cars. Well, back in 2000 when straight line speed was pretty fantastic. Of course, 2000 also saw that moment with Mika Häkkinen doing that overtake on Michael Schumacher at Spa, with Ricardo Zonta being the slow car in front and took advantage. But we'll talk about that later. Oh, loading screens. Glorious. Almost forgot this game had a long loading screen before it goes to actually tell us about...
Welcome to Monza, where the crowd are ready for today's action. And we hope you're ready to see the world's best drivers fighting it out for that #1 spot. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds up to 215 miles per hour and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane.
So here we are on the grid. Look at those buttons. So many buttons for this 2000 Ferrari. And look who's over there on the right side of the screen. Hello, Arava. How you doing? Yes, Arava got his face in the game in 2017, I like to believe. So, we are on the grid, and I don't know why this car has so much fuel. We're only doing 3 laps. But let's go as it's lights on the way we go, and my goodness, the acceleration is terrible. Have to wait until we get up to 19 miles an hour until we get to the second gear. But the biggest strength for this car, actually, the 2000 car, was its straight line speed. My goodness, did this car have straight line speed. But before we talk about this car, I would like to talk about some of my favourite moments from the 2000 season. Obviously, it was a battle between Michael Schumacher and Mika Häkkinen after 1999. Mika Häkkinen did fend off Eddie Irvine to win the 1999 World Championship after Michael Schumacher did break his leg, so his championship charge was pretty much over after the crash in Silverstone. But yeah, so back to 2000, it was Ferrari versus McLaren again, and Michael Schumacher reignited his rivalry into securing the 3rd World Championship against Mika Häkkinen. The championship was won in the 16th and penultimate round in Japan, and heading into that race, Michael Schumacher actually did. Michael Schumacher had a, I believe he had a 10-point lead over Mika Häkkinen in the, not 10-point lead, 8-point lead, heading into Japan, because the point system back then was 10 for first, 6 for second, 4 for third, 3 for fourth, 2 for fifth, and 1 for sixth. So top 8 or top 10 did not get any points, just the top 6. So yeah, 8 points did separate Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher. The only real way Mika Häkkinen could keep his championship charge alive was if he won the race or finished ahead of Michael Schumacher, but most likely win the race, because you would cut the gap down to 4 points if Mika Häkkinen won. But Michael Schumacher and Ferrari outsmarted him in the pit stops. So that was a very important call that Michael Schumacher, I believe Michael Schumacher did stay out a bit longer when Mika Häkkinen pitted, and then when Mika Häkkinen pitted, Michael came out in front of Mika Hakkinen when he pitted a few laps later. So that was pretty important, and that proved to be Ferrari's first Drivers' World Championship since 1979, which was won by Jody Scheckter. And it was Ferrari's first Constructors' Championship. Well, not first, because they won the Constructors' Championship in 1999. So it was their second consecutive Constructors' World Championship in 2000 after winning it in 1999. This was when Ferrari actually could win championships in decades, but unfortunately that record is now officially over. After the 2010s, Ferrari went a whole decade without winning a single championship. No constructors, no drivers. So that whole thing of Ferrari not having a championship for a decade is officially gone. But that's another stat for you right there. My personal favourite race of the 2000 season, and there was many, had to be the Belgian Grand Prix, and the recent, well, not the recent, but everyone's most recent memory of that was Mika Hakkinen passing Michael Schumacher after exiting Eau Rouge. They were on the straight heading into Les Combes, and Ricardo Zonta was the lap car in the BAR. I believe that was in 2000, because I believe it was 2000 anyway. So Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher were battling it out. Of course, there was a lapped car in front, and I believe Mika Hakkinen used the slipstream of Ricardo Zonta to get past him. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it was in Spa 2002. 2000, sorry, not 2002. What am I talking about? In Spa 2000, because that was when it happened. So let me get it up to see if I was correct. I think it was Spa-Francorchamps anyway. Belgium, yeah, it was. Because Mika Hakkinen won that race, and that was when Ricardo Zonta actually was... Yeah, I was right, see? That was an excellent pass. Gotta admit, it was a very clever pass. But, that was easily my favourite race when it was overtaking the backmark. Yeah, it was 2000, so that was my favourite race. I do apologise for talking over, but I like to talk about history and whatnot. I don't want to talk about my action on there, because my action doesn't do it justice. Howard Clark got driver of the day, don't know who he is. We started 9th and finished 6th. That pass I did on the Red Bull was pretty remarkable though.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
It's time for the champagne! So yeah, like I said, the reason why I bring up nostalgia during the classic cars is because we're driving classic cars, so that's why I bring up nostalgia. But how did I feel driving that Ferrari? I loved every moment of it, despite it being so slow at the start. I did enjoy driving it because the slipstream is ridiculous. As you saw, I was like a second behind that Red Bull car, and I caught up in the last lap and literally passed Kaufman. Yeah, Kaufman on the last, was it Parabolica? I think I got the pass done around Parabolica. So yeah, it was pretty easy. Took me a while to get used to driving the car, but this 2000 Ferrari car, apart from accelerating off the line, it's pretty bad. It makes up for everything when you're driving it. So forget trying to get away at the start. It's never going to happen because it takes long to accelerate to second gear. So the other cars are going to get past you quite easily. As you saw, the McLarens and I think a Williams got past me so effortlessly at the start. And that was really annoying at the time. I just thought, my God, was this car can't compete with these cars later on because they have better acceleration and better, upping up the gears. Because I think if you don't up from gear 2 to 3, you will get past because you're trying to struggle to get to gear 2. These cars, the 2000 car anyway and whatnot, they take long to get to gear 2, which is pretty weird. Unless you can adjust this car setup. I don't think you can during classic cars, which is kind of disappointing. But the slipstream, once this 2000 car gets behind a specific car, oh my goodness, the slipstream is ridiculous. It literally can catch up to you so effortlessly. Did you see how quickly I was catching up to the Red Bull car? And that 2010 Red Bull car is no joke. That car is absolutely strong. But I caught up and passed it. Very good. So I'm pretty pleased with my performance, even though I started pretty slow. But that's just me when I played this game. But thank you guys for watching this video, and next week we'll be driving the 2004 Ferrari, and hopefully the British Grand Prix is much better than what it was. Alright, see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Until next time, guys, goodbye.